Hello everyone, a very good evening. And today we are going to talk on a topic that I personally feel is the need of the time. When we are already talking a lot about marketing, we are already talking a lot about social media specifically, and overall different types of media for marketing. The main thing that normally we kept forgetting is the role of the communication into it. So that was the main agenda, that nobody is speaking about the importance of the communication. Nobody is speaking about how communication can be established while you are selling your product or services. And now specifically looking at the current situation, this recent COVID-19 pandemic, how businesses should adapt the new way of communication. That is what we have said in this particular webinar also, that marketing communication 2.0. सो किस तरीके से ये चलेगा, क्या बदलाव लाने बहुत ज़रूरी है, और ये बहुत जानना ज़रूरी है कि आपका मार्केटिंग का कम्युनिकेशन अब इस पर्टिकुलर महामारी के बाद कैसे चलना चाहिए. So we are fortunate to have Dr. Dharmendra Sheth with us today. Sir, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure.
ओके सो वैसे तो डॉक्टर धर्मेंद्र शेठ को कौन नहीं जानता है, खास करके साउथ गुजरात के अंदर या ओवरऑल अगर आप इंडिया की बात करें तो खास करके जो इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज से प्यार करते हैं वो उनको जरूर जानते हैं. सो जी, ही इज अ कॉर्पोरेट ट्रेनर एंड अ लैंग्वेज कंसल्टेंट. इज ऑल्सो द ओनर एंड द फाउंडर ऑफ फ्लुएंट लिंगुआ, जो नॉर्मली लैंग्वेज ट्रेनिंग इंस्टीट्यूशन है. उन्होंने इतने सालों में बहुत से कंपनीज को गाइड किया है, उनके टीम्स को, उनके एम्प्लॉयज को ट्रेन किया है. और खास करके जहां पर एक लैंग्वेज की बात आती है, नॉट ओनली इंग्लिश बट ओवरऑल जहां पर लैंग्वेज की बात आती है, सो क्या क्या चीजें ध्यान में रखनी चाहिए वो उन्होंने आज तक हजारों लोगों को सिखाया है. लेकिन यही लैंग्वेज जब हम मार्केटिंग कम्युनिकेशन में लाते हैं तो क्या बदलाव होते हैं, क्या चेंजेस होते हैं, वो हमें आज उनसे जानने हैं. तो सर, आपके पास पहले 15 से 20 मिनट है जहां पर थोड़ा मैं आपका पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू जानना चाहूंगा. उसके बाद ऑब्वियसली मेरे पास बहुत सारे सवाल हैं आपके लिए, जो उसके बाद मैं आपसे एक के बाद एक पूछूंगा. सो फॉर नेक्स्ट 15-20 मिनट सर, द स्क्रीन इज योर्स.
Okay. Thank you very much. Uh, Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on the place where you are, because I'm sure some of my friends are right now online watching this program from Canada, some are in the US. So depending on the place where you are from, please accept my greeting. Let me begin by thanking iVipanan Marketing in general and Bhautik in particular for inviting me. As he mentioned, marketing communication is a huge subject. So what I will do, mainly I will focus on the language aspect, linguistic aspects of it. And I'm sure it will be a very interesting session. We are going to play some quiz, and I would like you to respond to the items on the screen by either chatting if you have a chat box, and I'm sure somebody from my Vipanan team will be looking at the questions also. So at the end, we'll take all the questions. I guarantee I will listen to all your questions, but I cannot guarantee I will answer all your questions. Obviously, marketing is such a huge and complex phenomenon. So let's begin.
Yes sir.
Yeah. Okay, let's begin with a guessing game. Mainly those who are familiar with Indian marketing and industry, they'll be able to answer this. So what I'll do, on the screen there'll be some hint, and if you know the answer, you immediately either you write in chat box, or I don't know whether there is any facility for audio, but you can type in. And even if you don't type in, just speak the word or the phrase And this game, we have to guess the brand. Okay, so let's begin. I'm sure you heard this, Tandurasti ki raksha karta hai, and you decide your own answer. Now you know the format, so I'll go a little faster. Everyone knows about the taste of India, and another taste, taste the thunder. Thunder. A lot can happen over something, you know that. Kichkis dur karo, kisse, you know. You can
I
type
think
in your answers.
we have started getting the answers. So Chawanprash, Amul, Amul, Lifebuoy, Amul, Amul. Yeah, people have started getting the answers.
Excellent. And if you're not sure, don't worry because I'm going to show you correct answers later.
This is sixth one is my personal favorite. Perfect. We are getting so many answers.
Oh, excellent. So while responding, you must have started paying attention to the finer aspects, linguistics aspects. Some of them are related to words, like pronunciation of words. Some of them are related to the tune, the rhythm, right? Rhymes. Some of them may have, conjured up some kind of picture in your mind. So let's see your answers. You can check your answers. And if your answer is correct, you can pat yourself. And if it is not correct, you can slap yourself gently. Okay, now let's go for the second round. Just 2 rounds. You have to guess the brand.
Yeah. Now I'm going to see who is going to answer the quickest. So the person who's going to answer the quickest,
Huh.
I'm going to highlight his name, his
Okay,
or her.
right, good.
No one, come on, fast.
I've been using this ninth one again and again these days.
Okay, so we have started getting the answers.
Okay, good. I know typing is a little difficult if you're using a mobile. So ideally, I should give you more time. But since I've been given only 25 minutes, I'm doing it a little faster than my usual. Probably 12th is the easiest to boost your morale for Indian audience at least. Okay, now let's check the answers. If you have written, fine. If you have spoken, fine. If you have missed one or two, it doesn't matter. I'm sure you started noticing a lot of points that I'm going to discuss. For example, you can see a mixture of Hindi and English words, right? You can see some incomplete sentences also, right? You can see a lot of rhyme and rhythm. And the last one, many youngsters, they might be missing this these days. Probably 14th is the easiest.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so now let's look at the answers.
So
Okay. So if you've seen the answers, we can go ahead. Now, coming to our today's topic, what are our objectives when you think about marketing communication? So, broadly speaking, our objective can be one of the objectives can be to promote a brand. Preference for because hundreds of products of the same type, but you want to be different from them. So you want to build a preference for your product. And third is you want to, obviously, ultimately, your target is to increase sales, right? So, with good quality ad or marketing copy, you can achieve your goals. And to achieve these goals, language is a very powerful tool, a very powerful tool.
Okay, I think we have lost the Dr. Dharmendra Sheth. There is always an issue, but yes, I will continue till the time he joins us. So he was talking about the role of the objective, and when you guys are talking about the role of the objective, let me make it very clear that there are certain number of objectives that we all have to keep in our mind. What he was trying to communicate was number one, the promoting a brand. So until unless you are not able to promote your brand, you are not at all clear about your overall objective. बहुत सिंपल सी लैंग्वेज में हम कहे तो लैंग्वेज सिलेक्शन मैटर करता है अगर मेरा ऑब्जेक्टिव क्लियर है ब्रांड प्रमोशन का। जितना मैं ब्रांड प्रमोशन के ऊपर फोकस करता हूं उतना मेरा लैंग्वेज सिलेक्शन, मेरी एड कॉपी या मेरे सोशल मीडिया का कंटेंट या मेरे ब्लॉग का कंटेंट क्लियर होता है। To be very clear with you with this particular objective, this is what I am thinking. Maybe Dr. Dharmendra's point of view would be different. But when you are talking about the brand promotion altogether, you have to make sure, number one, that you are not trying to sell your product, rather, you are only and only trying to promote your brand. Number two, you have to be very clear about the marketing activity that you are doing and whatsoever media you are selecting to go further. So जब आप ब्रांड के प्रमोशन के बारे में सोचते हैं तब आपको ये भी साथ में सोचना पड़ेगा कि यहाँ पर मैं जितना भी कम्युनिकेशन के अंदर हमारा एक कंपनी का इन्वेस्टमेंट है फॉर द पर्पज ऑफ मार्केटिंग, ऑब्वियसली we are not going to sell the product, but we only want to reach out to maximum number of people as a part of the branding activity. Another objective what he was talking about was build a preference for a product or service. And this is the right time to talk about this objective as well. Build a preference for a product. So COVID-19 has taught us that even if you are into a certain kind of business from last many years, if the opportunity knocks your door, you can go and find the kind of products that is right now in the demand in the market. So even if you are not manufacturer of that product, you can do the trading or you can become the part of the supply chain and you can do kind of marketing so that you can fulfill the demand of the market. So whenever we talk about the preferences of the product and the services, you also need to understand the target audience. खास करके जब डिजिटल मार्केटिंग की बात होती है तब ये दोनों कॉम्बिनेशन बहुत ही अच्छे चलते हैं और वो जो कॉम्बिनेशन है मार्केट जो आपका टारगेट ऑडियंस है और उसकी जो रिक्वायरमेंट है वो। सो व्हाट वी डू एज अ मार्केटर, we always consider our target audience first, then we divide the target audience in two major categories. Number one, those people जिनकी ये प्रोडक्ट नीड है, मतलब उनकी जरूरत है और वो अपनी जरूरत को पूरी करने के लिए ऐसे प्रोडक्ट को खरीदते रहते हैं, चाहे वो हमारे प्रोडक्ट को खरीदते हो चाहे वो कॉम्पिटिटर के प्रोडक्ट को खरीदते हो। एंड द अनदर काइंड ऑफ पीपल, अंदर द सेगमेंट ऑफ द पीपल आर दोज काइंड ऑफ पीपल जिनकी ये प्रोडक्ट की जरूरत है लेकिन उनको अभी तक ये रियलाइज नहीं हुआ है। सो जब हम ये दो तरह से एक सेगमेंट करते हैं, दो तरह से ऑडियंस को डिवाइड करते हैं, तब हमारा मार्केटिंग कम्युनिकेशन बहुत ही क्लियर हो जाता है। खास करके जब हम ऐसे लोगों के मार्केटिंग कम्युनिकेशन करते हैं, हम अपनी लैंग्वेज सिलेक्शन करते हैं जिनको पता है कि नीड है। सो हियर वी हैव टू मेक श्योर दैट वी आर ओनली फोकसिंग ऑन catering the needs. We also need to take care if at all this particular segment of the people are already buying the products from my competitor, then I need to make sure that how can I create my copy, my communication copy, so that my that target audience should now not further buy product of my competitor, but then they should come to me to buy my products. But at the same time, when we have to target the another segment of the people, जो दूसरे तरह के जो लोग होते हैं, वहां पर मुझे ये ध्यान देना पड़ेगा कि दूसरे तरह के लोग जिनको तो रियलाइजेशन भी नहीं है कि ये मेरी नीड है, माय मार्केटिंग कम्युनिकेशन विल बी to make them understand the importance of the kind of product that we are selling, how my product can add some value to their requirement, how my product can help them live a good life, how my product can help them coming out with the better person, to become a better person, to become a better person in a society, or how my product can help their businesses grow. So जब ये दो अलग सेगमेंट के लोग होते हैं तब हमें ये खास सोचना पड़ता है. एग्जाम्पल समझते हैं. सो जस्ट इमेजिन कि देयर इज अ कपल, एक कपल है जिन्होंने अपने बच्चे को एक स्कूल में दाखिला दिलवाया है. अब जब स्कूल में आप दाखिला दिलवाते हो तो कई सारी ऐसी चीजें होती है जो आपके रूटीन लाइफ में अब तक नहीं हुई होती है. But now when your kid is studying in a most reputed or maybe one of the most reputed schools of the city, you have to take care of the certain things. So number one, अगर उसी कपल का एक जो बड़ा बच्चा हुआ करता था वो भी अगर उसी स्कूल में पढ़ता था तो उसके लिए बहुत सारी चीजें वो पहले कर चुके थे. नाउ दे ओनली आर गोइंग टू रिपीट द सेम काइंड ऑफ एक्टिविटीज, सेम काइंड ऑफ थिंग फॉर द यंगर चाइल्ड. So in that case, even if they are throwing a birthday party of their younger child for his friends, they know where to go, which kind of party to arrange, what kind of restaurants to approach, what should be the menu and what should be the return gifts. उनके लिए ये सारी चीजें नई नहीं होगी. लेकिन अगर उसी कपल का ये पहला बच्चा होगा और हो सकता है कि उन्होंने कभी भी इस तरह की पार्टीज ऑर्गेनाइज नहीं की होगी, then this is their need. Yes, this is the need in the society, or this is the need because they have decided to live in a kind of society where all the other friends of the same child are throwing the parties or a lavish party at the different places. ऐसे टाइम पर उनको नीड का रियलाइजेशन करवाना बहुत जरूरी है. सो until and unless you are not making them realize the need, these people are not going to push further in your sales funnel. So marketing communication का मतलब सिर्फ ये नहीं है that you are just creating a copy and then you are publishing it. इसका एक मतलब ये भी है कि आप सेल्स फनल से धीरे धीरे करके उसको नीचे लाए. और जब यहाँ पर हम नीचे लाने की बात करते हैं तो अब हमें यहाँ पर क्या देखना पड़ेगा, हमें यहाँ पे देखना पड़ेगा कि क्या हम इससे सेल बढ़ा सकते हैं कि नहीं. सो गाइस, आई एम जस्ट शेयरिंग द सेम प्रेजेंटेशन जो डॉक्टर धर्मेंद्र शेठ आपके साथ शेयर करने वाले. आई एम स्टिल वेटिंग फॉर हिम टू ज्वाइन अस अगेन. लेकिन ये उन्हीं का जो प्रेजेंटेशन है मैं आपसे कंटिन्यू करूंगा क्योंकि वी ऑलरेडी हैड अ डिस्कशन ओवर इट. सो द सेकंड थिंग, द थर्ड ऑब्जेक्टिव इज इंक्रीजिंग द सेल्स. बट यू नो व्हाट, all these three objectives are the part of a single sales funnel. Whether you are talking about the brand, whether you are talking about product service preference, or whether you are talking about increasing the sales, these all are coming together in a particular sales funnel. And yes, language is a tool to achieve that. So this is what I personally believe. So we need to understand the kind of script ad copy is the goal. So whenever you are writing your ad copy, whenever you are writing your script, you have to make sure that what exactly kind of goal you are going ahead with your ad copy or the script. So yes, number one, whether you want to create your ad copy or maybe in that case, your any organic post even on the social media, informative, number one. Number two, you want to go with the very elegant kind of ad copy. So elegant is the kind of ad copy जहां पर आप बहुत ज्यादा पुशी नहीं होते, जो हमारी मार्केटिंग लैंग्वेज में हम कहते हैं वी आर नॉट सो पुशी. We are not forcing people to buy our products, but then we are just making sure that I'm communicating my message with the kind of language that I'm going to use in my content. The third kind of ad copy, the goal of the ad copy could be effectiveness. So yes, you have to create an ad copy that will be very effective. खास करके जब इफेक्टिवनेस की बात आती है तब मुझे यहाँ पर रेमंड का जो सर ने अभी भी एग्जांपल दिया था वहां पर उनका जो लैंग्वेज है वो याद आता है, द कंप्लीट मैन. तो जस्ट इमेजिन दैट रेमंड कंपनी सेलिंग द सूट्स एंड द मटेरियल्स एंड द क्लोथिंग, और वहां पर एक ही जो पंच लाइन है द कंप्लीट मैन वो इतना काम कर जाती है कि जहां पर यूजर को तुरंत लगता है कि इफ एट ऑल आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू बाय द रेमंड्स मटेरियल और इफ आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू वेयर the clothes made from the Raymond material, I will not look like a gentleman. I will not look like a complete man. So this kind of punchlines become so effective in your marketing communication. Let me add another point over here. Whenever you are writing your content, your social media content, I'm not only talking about the ad on the social media, but I'm talking about the overall organic content that you normally put on the social media. जब आप यहाँ पर कुछ भी लिखते हैं तब कई बार मैंने देखा है, मेरा एक्सपीरियंस कहता है, पीपल राइट अ लॉन्ग टेक्स्ट, they write a long text, they like this is how they start. Do you feel this? Do you feel that? Are you feeling this? Are you feeling that? So there are lot many question marks initially, and then they come to the main point. So if you are feeling that, now you don't need to worry. We have this many kind of thing. You can buy your products from here. You can order now. You can place your product, और यू कैन कॉल अस. जब इस तरह का एक कंटेंट जाता है तो आपको अपने जो यूजर है उसको कंफ्यूजन करने में आपने कोई कमी नहीं छोड़ी है. So please understand that specifically on the social networking sites, when you are putting a media, that media can be your image, your video, your GIF, and then when you are writing a big copy, so you are actually confusing your audience that whether the person should focus on the text copy or the person should focus on the rich media. If you really want that your rich media should be bespoken, your rich media is enough to communicate about your marketing goal, about your communication goal, then you have to make sure that whatever text copy you are writing, just beneath that, आपको उसको बहुत ही short, बहुत ही crisp तरीके से दिखना है. It is unfortunate that the most of the Indian marketers are writing the long essays when it comes to the social media text, and then the stuff so many hashtags. Now, this is not the right time or right place to talk about the use of the hashtag because we are talking about the ad copy goal. But still, I think I need to talk about the role of the hashtag. So basically, the role of the hashtag is very different. If at all you are writing your post for Facebook, then you have to make sure that Facebook is not that much useful as far as hashtags are concerned. But when you are writing the same kind of post for Instagram, then you can leverage the power of hashtag. So ये दो अलग सोशल मीडिया है, दोनों पर हैशटैग का उपयोग हो रहा है, लेकिन एक जो हैशटैग को इतना तवज्जो नहीं देता है और जहां दूसरा है जहां पर हैशटैग का इंपॉर्टेंस बहुत ही ज्यादा होता है. नाउ देयर आर काइंड ऑफ पीपल will start writing the hashtags in between their content. So when you're writing the piece of the content, you are not supposed to write the hashtag in between. This is the practice that most of the Twitterites have followed from last many years. That too, when Twitter had only the capacity of maximum 180 characters. क्योंकि जब आपके पास सिर्फ 180 कैरेक्टर ट्विटर के ऊपर हुआ करते थे, अगर आपने वहां पर बहुत सारा अपना ट्वीट का कंटेंट लिखा है और अब आपके पास स्पेस नहीं है हैशटैग रखने की, तब वहां पर ये फ्रीडम होती थी कि आप अपने ओरिजिनल ट्वीट के अंदर ही आप हैशटैग को लिख सकते थे. बट दैट वाज द टाइम व्हेन ट्विटर इवन हैड 180 कैरेक्टर लिमिट. बट नाउ व्हेन ट्विटर हैज ऑलमोस्ट डबल दिस इस कैपेसिटी, वहां पर भी ये करने की जरूरत है, बाकी के सोशल मीडिया पर तो उसकी जरूरत होती ही नहीं है. सो द इफेक्टिवनेस is very important part of your communication goal, because if you are missing a little thing in your entire communication process, make sure that your effectiveness is going to be ruined. आपकी effectiveness काम नहीं लगेगी और जिस गोल के साथ आपने ओवरऑल मार्केटिंग कैंपेन डिजाइन किया है, जो रिजल्ट आप एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हो, वो रिजल्ट भी शायद आपको नहीं मिलेगा. So that would be your third ad copy goal. Then how to follow the process of all these things? So number one, yes, we have to talk about the goal that I think अभी मैंने उसके बारे में आपको कहा, हमें यहाँ पर गोल के बारे में बात करनी है. Now this goal is again the very first element of the process जहाँ से हमारी process शुरू होती है. We have to think that what's our target audience. Target audience is a very broad word. बहुत सारे मार्केटर्स, बहुत सारे मार्केटिंग प्रैक्टिशनर्स टारगेट ऑडियंस की बात जरूर करते हैं, लेकिन when they actually create their target audience, they only try to include certain parameters to identify the target audience. And these common parameters to identify their target audience would be the gender part, the age group part, the geographical part, and maximum to maximum their marital status. So, or maybe what kind of family life cycle they are living, what kind of revenue they are earning, what is their occupation, whether they are doing the business or they are doing the job. So बहुत ही certain number of parameters के ऊपर एक target audience को देखा करते हैं. But you know what? Defining your target audience again depends a lot whether you are choosing the ATL media or BTL media. So ATL media is all about the above the line media and BTL is all about the below the line media. So when you are choosing any ATL media, for an example, if I can give you an example, for an example, if you are choosing ATL media like hoardings, तो वहां पर आपके लिए शायद टारगेट ऑडियंस एक ब्रॉड पैरामीटर पर करना पॉसिबल हो सकता है, अदरवाइज आपके लिए वो आसान हो जाएगा. ओके, सो आई थिंक सर हैज रिजॉइंड अस.
As I mentioned, that very often people make a judgment about the quality of your product on the basis of your language. Now that is clear. We have to accept it, right? Now, just on the basis of my recent experience, I'll give you some samples. Now, these are based on actual ad copies. I have made a few changes just to avoid any confrontation, but these are the actual sentences I have taken from copies, advertisement copies. So let's take them one by one. Next slide, please. You have to spot the errors and try to correct the sentence. Now, recently I was attending a webinar. I don't remember the name of the person, but he said that one of the biggest, victims of poor language is an apostrophe. And then he said the second biggest victim is S, either for the third person singular subject, um, the S or ES that we add at the end of the verb when the subject is third person singular. So that is one of the biggest victims. Second, actually. So first is it's.
ट्रू ट्रू.
Now here you can see in this sentence apostrophe is missing. Now when there is an apostrophe, it can have two meanings. You know that.
या.
In the next slide we can see. In the next, Bhautik, we can see the next.
यस यस, आई शेयर.
Was better actually.
हम्म.
Here the font size is too small.
ओके.
The audience to see. This is a little better, but still, if you can make it bigger, yeah, yes, that's ideal. So you can see the correction is given here. It's their problem. So IT and apostrophe S, that is one problem. Second, their THERE and THEIR, they are different. Everyone knows that. We study in standard 5. But when we make the advertisement copy or when we write an email, we forget that. And believe me, computers are not really very helpful. Autocorrect option will not really help much. So THERE and THEIR, it is their problem. I want to convey that it is their problem, not ours. So you can see in a very simple sentence, this is actually taken from some copy, a real copy. So in one sentence, you can see 1, 2, and 3 serious problems. Now, next sentence you can see very clearly. Here also, believe me, you listen to many educated speakers of English, professionals, chartered accountants, doctors, and in their speech also you'll find this very common problem. Here the problem is you are talking about one company from a group of companies. So that group has to be in plural. So we can say we are one of the oldest companies in India, not company, right? So that's the correct answer. So here I am not interested in teaching the English language per se, but I want you to see how small things can be taken care of, right? Now the fifth sentence, those who have studied up to say standard 10, they should be able to spot the error here. I'm talking about vernacular medium students, not the English medium students. But even vernacular medium students, they study this particular topic in standard 7 or 8 or 9. So here we are talking about a time period, some number of years, right? And we are talking about running a business. So when you talk about past to present, we cannot say am is are. This is a very simple primary rule. Am is are, they are used for present time only, but here we have past to present. So we have been running this business, and when we are giving a period of time, we cannot say since, we have to say for. So again, one line, the very fundamental first line of your advertisement copy might spoil your impression. Next, please. We'll take just a couple of them more. With our product, you will never, now you know that English spelling is terrible. There is no logic at all, right? So you have to pay attention to every small aspect when you are sending it to thousands of people. If it is for internal communication, it's okay. But when you are showing it to thousands of people, if it is on the screen, then it is better to take care. So here, LOOSE, loose is loose pack, loose shirt, loose dress, that loose. And what we want actually is LOSE, which is loose. So spellings are different, pronunciations are different. And this actually happens every day. So when it happens every day, it should be written as two words, not one word. Every day, one word has a different meaning. That's an everyday problem. But here we want to focus on every day. Next. Now, whose problem is that? I'll say the writer's problem, because the spelling of whose is given here on the screen, right? Small things, but they matter. And the last one, you can see again that two problems here. Apostrophe is missing, and the meaning of, here we are talking about the diction, the choice of word. Here return has the meaning of come back. So back is already a part of return. So let's return to nature. That's enough. Fine. So these are some samples. Now we can go to the next slide. So what kind of copy is your goal? Number one, you want to give all the important information. Fine. Next, you want to make your copy elegant so that people like to read that, look at that. They like the color combination and everything, font size, font color, the background, the image, the relevance. So that is the effectiveness of it. And the third is, sorry, uh, the third is effectiveness. Effectiveness means, the second was elegant. So informative, it should be, your copy should be elegant, pleasant, right? You should, people should love to look at that. And third is effective, because sometimes the ad may be very good, wonderful, effective, informative also, but it doesn't generate sales. So something is missing there. So effective means there should be a call to action. Marketing guys, they normally use this word. So to make it effective, there should be something at the end so that people take action. You've given the details, they have liked it, they've enjoyed, they are convinced. Now what? You have to make them take action so that your sales increase. Next is, now we are coming to the process. Once you have decided, okay, we are going for some sort of advertisement or email marketing or whatever it is, hoarding or whatever it is. So the process is like this. First, you decide your goal. Bhautik must have given some details in my absence. Next, yeah, your goal in the sense, what do you want people to do? What action do you want? Sometimes your goal may be just to spread the word about your company. That's fine. Reach. That's fine. Sometimes you want to increase sales of a particular product out of a range of products. Fine. Sometimes you want to focus on your company's strengths. Fine. So right from the beginning, you should be clear about your goal. Then your target audience. You cannot throw your ad like that. I'm sure Bhautik will agree with me that many people these days, they pay say 10,000, 15,000 just like that on Facebook ad. A good post, they just prepare an ad and they circulate it. It doesn't get you the required result. There has to be a proper goal and then your target audience. That's where, that's in marketing terms, people use the terms segmentation and differentiation. These things are very important. For that, you can contact our master Bhautik, Sheth. Then what's your message? After you decided the goal and the target audience, what message do you want to pass on? Then what is the medium, right? Medium in the sense, do you want the audio prominent part or the visual part prominent? Do you want this particular language prominent, this yeah, combination of two languages, right? And what platform do you want to use? Is it the e-platform, social media, like TV ad? So platform. Then next is, what is the frequency? How often are you going to show this particular ad to people, right? Keeping in mind that you have to draft everything. Next is, what is your action strategy? Means what do you want people to do after that? And once they come to your landing page, for example, then what will they do? What will you do? How will you respond to that? Right? Suppose they don't take action immediately, then what will you do? So all these strategies have to be decided right from the beginning before making your ad public. And the next is your plan B, right? As we also had plan B today, if the internet hadn't worked and if I was not able to continue my presentation, I would have gone for my mobile, right? So presentation is ready even that in that. So plan B, and in keeping in mind our situation, in fact, plan B is not enough. We have to go for B, C, D as well. Next. So what are your expectations from your marketing copy, your advertisement copy? You want to grab attention of people because, as you know, hundreds and thousands of things are going on right now. So first you have to grab their attention, then your copy should be easy on the eye. Next, now you might find it very funny, very, elementary in Sherlock Holmes terms, very elementary, but it is so important, right? Sometimes the copy is not easy on the eye and people may not read further. So it should be easy on the eye, color combination, font size, font color. Then it should be simple and clear. And one of the things which is very important is you have to very tacitly, right, very politely establish yourself as the authority. You have to convey that yes, your product is the best or your services are the best, very politely without sounding arrogant. And for that, what you can do is you can support your claims. That's why we have testimonials. That's why we have some photographs where your achievement is celebrated in some way. And the next is, this is probably the most important part. In your ad copy, people must get an answer to this question: what's in it for me? Why should I buy your product? Why should I buy your services? What am I going to get it? What's in it for me? Right? So this you must answer in your copy. And finally, you have to prompt the reader to action, and it should be crystal clear. Click this button and go to this part. And then when they go there, everything should be clear. So that these are the expectations. Next, please, from a copy. So points to ponder, we have already discussed. Bhautik will add some value to this visual impact. Let me give you an example. Those who have studied marketing in some way, or if they have some interest in marketing, they might have heard about Onida's case. Like Onida, if I'm not mistaken, in late 80s or in the early 90s, Onida came out with a very unique kind of advertisement for television. So there was a like monster kind of person. There was a television, and then he was trying to hold that television in his hands, and it was a little scary for children. And neighbors envy, owners pride, that slogan, right? Now in that, what happened? The advertisement grabbed attention, fine. Everyone knows that tagline, fine. But people did not buy that product. In fact, I am a witness to a situation. We went to a shop to buy something and we heard the child was forcing parents not to buy Onida. Why? Because he didn't like the advertisement. He was scared. He thought that monster will come out of the TV. So we have to keep in mind so many such things. Then accompaniment means along with your advertisement, are you giving some, music? What is the background music? What are the lyrics? Next, please. Attention span. Because sometimes when you prepare an advertisement for television, for example, then you have to pay through your nose. It's very, very expensive, right? So within a fraction of a second, you have to grab the attention of the audience. So keeping in mind, you have to keep your visuals and the audio. Next, please. What is the probability of recall? That also you have to plan in advance. Right? Normally, if it is a local advertisement, then once in 5 days, if it is not repeated, people will forget. Right? So, what is the probability of recall of your advertisement, the final product that you have prepared? That you have to keep in mind. Next, please. And if it is online, for example, your website or your landing page, then how often are people likely to visit that page? Right? So if you have a
Yeah, I think again we have lost him. It is very unfortunate for us today that we are keep losing him in his own language, L double O or L O. Anyway, so yes, because now I think this is my favorite part when we are specifically talking about digital marketing copies. So yes, this is where we normally publish our content. We publish our content on the blogs. We publish our content on social networking sites. We publish our content on our own website through podcast on other websites, writing our answers on the platforms like Quora or maybe medium.com. We write some good articles, the piece of content again over there. So this is very important that what kind of online platform we are choosing, because what Dr. Dharmendra has said, I think that is again very important, and I think he will now. Yeah, yeah,
not happy with me,
yeah, here it is. Okay, sir. So I was just talking about this, the role of the
for you.
content on the online online platform. But I think you are the better person to talk on that also. So like this.
Yeah. Uh, Fine. So one thing which I have noticed for small players, basically, for them, they prepare a particular content. I am also one of them, in fact. So I prepare some content and then I share it. I share the same thing on all the platforms, whether it is Facebook or LinkedIn. So if you are a genuine advertiser, right, if you are very serious about your marketing, then probably you'll have to keep different contents for different platforms, because the audiences are different. Very often you must have seen that people on LinkedIn, they will not use Facebook. Many youngsters who used to use Facebook earlier, now they have stopped. They are more on Instagram, right? So according to the platform, you have to decide your content, right? Can I see the previous slide also if I have missed anything before this? Yeah, fine. So we haven't missed anything. Good, perfect. So next slide, please. Yeah, one of the questions that people keep asking me, why to use digital platforms? In fact, in the last 3 months, people have stopped asking me because they have taken it for granted that we have to go for digital marketing now. There is no option. But earlier, I had to convince them. So I used to convince them using some very simple words. We can go through it quickly. First is cost. It's much cheaper. It is very fast, right? Instantly, within 5 minutes, Bhautik can create an ad for you which can reach thousands of people, right? Then reach is very easy. Efficiency. Digital ad copies are more efficient than print versions. That is confirmed now these days. The most important aspect is when you prepare a hoarding, for example, or a leaflet, right, and you circulate, you never know whether it has worked or not. How many people have turned up because of that? You generally don't know. Whereas here in digital platforms, you can analyze, you will get data. How many people have clicked the link? How often have they seen that? And how long have they spent on that particular thing? So it is obviously good for people like Bhautik, those who do SEO work, right? Next is brand. You can establish your brand very easily nowadays because of your digital copies. I have seen some brands in just 3 months. Everyone talks about them. Many brands like that. So uh, you can establish your brand very easily. Uniformity. It's very easy to maintain uniformity if it is in digital format. And rapport. You can very easily create rapport because in digital copies you can have You can take the advantage of the music aspect, like musical aspect, sound, audio, uh, pronunciation, right? Different languages, all these things are advantages in digital copies. And next, accompaniments means along with your text, what other things you are giving. So these are the points important for digital platforms. And a parting message from me last, and then we'll discuss. Uh, Please pay attention to your language. Language plays a very significant role in your overall marketing campaign. So thank you very much. Now we are open to questions and discussion. I sincerely apologize for the two interruptions.
Okay, guys. So if you have any question, you can please write down your questions in the comment box. So I will take your question one by one. And yes, there were some issues related to internet, and that is a very common thing these days. We all know. But there is the fortunate part that we were able to complete the presentation. Some points from my side, obviously, but then altogether, these are the definitely the points that Dr. Dharmendra has created with his vast experience as a language trainer, as the corporate trainer. But yes, sir, as far as marketing communication, because we are talking about the 2.0, and then also we had a discussion about this also. What is exactly the meaning of 2.0? Uh, because we are living in marketing language. What I am seeing, this is a very much situation centric market, and it's a very different market that we all have seen from last couple of decades. So the first, this kind of change we have observed in the 90s, early 90s, when the economy reformation happened. And again, we are seeing a very similar kind of activity, maybe in the different direction. But yes, it is affecting so many businesses. And in last 2 months, what I have observed as a marketer, that there are so many businesses who are taking the opportunity, who are grabbing the opportunity rather with both the hands, and they're trying the luck in selling the kind of products that are in a very high demand these days. That at a certain point, I'm feeling so happy for them that they are understanding the market demand, and at the same time they are trying to grab the opportunity. At the same time, I'm just feeling that they are not putting that much focus on the communication part, whether it's a social media ad copy, what they are publishing right now, or the kind of WhatsApp messages even. They are floating WhatsApp messages everywhere. So I was just going through. I think this will be a very interesting discussion because this is a very live discussion that I wanted to make it in this session. So in the morning, I was reading a very leading newspaper, Gujarati newspaper, not the English newspaper. I think that is, I'll give the name of the newspaper also, Divya Bhaskar. And there is one advertisement on the front page, at the lower right bottom. The quarter page ad is there. I think all of you should go and see that advertisement. There's the ad of a local company, a kind of Ayurveda company, जो च्यवनप्राश बेच रहा है, जो इम्यूनिटी बूस्टर बेच रहा है, जो आपके सैनिटाइजर बेच रहा है, सब कुछ बेच रहा है. And the brand ambassador of their च्यवनप्राश is प्रवीण कुमार, जो महाभारत में भीम बने थे, वो इसके ब्रांड एम्बेसडर है. एंड हमने हाँ अरुण गोविल को देख लिया जो राम बने थे, अब प्रवीण कुमार को देख रहे हैं. सो आई फील सो हैप्पी फॉर दिस ओल्ड एक्टर जो अचानक से उनकी डिमांड बढ़ी है. लेकिन ये कम्युनिकेशन को अगर मैं देखूं कि ये कम्युनिकेशन बहुत ही अपॉर्चुनिटी कम्युनिकेशन है, मार्केट सेंट्रिक जो मैंने कहा अभी बिजनेस हो गया है, तो मुझे ये बहुत ही अच्छा लगे. उसी एड के नीचे अगर आप देखोगे तो वहां पर उन्हें जो इम्यूनिटी बूस्टर की जो प्रोडक्ट रखी है उस कंपनी ने, वहां पर उन्होंने लिखा हुआ है कि सजेस्टेड बाय द आयुष मंत्रालय. नाउ दिस इज, आई पर्सनली फील आयुष मंत्रालय किसी भी पर्टिकुलर ब्रांड को एंडोर्स नहीं करता है. और यहाँ पर यह बाकायदा लिखा गया है, आयुष मंत्रालय का गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया के लोगों के साथ रखा गया है. और अगर हम इसको ASCII के अंदर आस्की जो एडवर्टीजमेंट स्टैंडर्ड अथॉरिटी ऑफ इंडिया का जो पार्ट है, वहां पर अगर आप इसको क्लेम करोगे तो आपका ये क्लेम सही भी जा सकता है. So sir, what's your take on this? ये जो 2.0 के अंदर जहाँ पे सबको अपॉर्चुनिटी को एक्सपोज करना है, सबको अपॉर्चुनिटी को ग्रैब करके क्विक मनी बनाकर निकल जाना है, वहां पे जिस तरीके से मार्केटिंग कम्युनिकेशन होते हैं, आई डोंट नो ओवरनाइट कहाँ पर सारे सैनिटाइजर 90.99% जर्म किलर ही बन जाता है। कितने ऐसे सैनिटाइजर्स है मार्केट में मिलते हैं जिन्होंने बहुत ज्यादा लैब टेस्टिंग कर दिया है और वो ये 99.9% जम्प किलिंग की बात कहते हैं। इस तरह का जो मार्केटिंग कम्युनिकेशन आता है, सो व्हाट इज योर टेक ऑन दिस? कितना असरदार हो सकता है ये, या कितना नुकसानकारक हो सकता है उस बिजनेस के लिए?
Um, in fact, you are talking about this marketing field, but I see the same trend in every field. Right? There is a sudden, for example, there is a sudden rise of motivational speakers online. Sudden rise of train
Yeah.
the trainer kind of courses overnight. Right? Suddenly, there is somebody who is selling you some skills so that you can earn 10,000, 15,000, even 50,000, 50,000 rupees sitting at home doing nothing. Just spend 2 3 hours. Now, if they
Why I'm laughing, sir? Because the other time we were talking on the over the phone, मैंने आपसे ये भी कहा था कि इन अवर डिजिटल मार्केटिंग इंडस्ट्री जितने भी डिजिटल मार्केटर्स अगर इसको देख रहे होंगे तो वो भी बहुत हंस रहे होंगे बैठकर, that people are selling the course, the digital marketing course at 999 rupees. They are creating the sales funnel, they are sending the emails, and 999 rupees का जो कोर्स बेचते हैं, जहां से वो लोग बात करते हैं how to grow your business 10x times, 20x times, 30x times.
there is no
And you
limit.
know what? Yeah, there is no limit, and they're selling their course at 999. I don't know about the others, but they are definitely growing their business 10, 20x times. That is
Yes,
the reason I was laughing.
yes. Uh, as we normally say, there is a piece of good news and there is a piece of bad news, right? Like everyone knows marketing. If you go by the advertisements today, everyone knows marketing.
Hmm.
The bad news is that nobody knows marketing,
Yeah, exactly.
right? Unless and until you spend years and years and years in that field, you can never ever achieve the real stuff, right? And another thing which just came to my mind, since we are talking about marketing, whatever I have said today, it is more applicable to the brands which are not yet established,
Hmm.
right? Those who are in the making. Once that brand is established, then people don't really bother much about your logo, your design, etc.
Right.
Recently we attended a program in Oro University, and
Hmm.
from NJ India Investment, Jignesh Bhai, he gave a wonderful talk,
Hmm.
and somebody asked him about such questions about marketing and logo and how they did, right? So he very honestly
Hmm.
said that at that time there was such a lot of need, so people came to them and everything went ahead. And they were honest in their business. He, in fact, emphasized honesty and integrity a lot. And
Right.
probably my answer to your question is that today somebody may buy your product just because of the advertisement, but if he is
Hmm.
not happy, you are going to lose a thousand customers later on
Hmm.
because he's
Hmm.
going to
Hmm.
tell others. And these days, people can write on their Facebook account. Everything is open to public, right?
True.
So I think people should focus on quality
Hmm.
of product, quality of their marketing, quality of even customers.
Hmm.
Because every customer is, I always see it as a line.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
One satisfied customer is actually a line because he will send the next person,
Hmm. Hmm.
right?
Right.
So
Sir, I have
yeah,
because we are talking about the marketing communication 2.0, and specifically when we have chosen this topic, it was very clear cut demarcation between the global brands and national brands and obviously the local brands. So most of the people they are talking about the global brands, and many people are talking about national brands, but very few people are talking about the local brands. So I have this specific question to you, that why a local business cannot afford to ignore this linguistic excellence in their marketing communication. Why they cannot afford, right? This is very important. So what's your take, sir?
uh, there was some problem. I couldn't understand the whole question, but
Yeah,
I got the idea.
I will repeat, sir. I will
I
repeat. I will.
understood I understood the concept, what you are trying to say.
Yes.
Uh, in fact, when we say communication, marketing communication 2.0, here it indicates an opportunity for local players to become global,
Hmm.
right? So earlier, for example, if your product was sold in your local market and you always advertise in a particular way using your mother tongue or the local language around you.
Hmm.
Now today, since you are advertising online, if at all you are planning to advertise online, why not to grab the international market or
Right.
at least national market? Start with the national market. So at that time, you will have to keep in mind the linguistic, diversity of our country. So
Right.
you may have to prepare your ad at least first in English, right? If you want to,
Hmm. Hmm.
quite unfortunate that we have to prepare it in English first of all. In fact,
True.
even if you see Air India advertisement, the first is English and then Hindi
Exactly.
and some other languages. So many big companies, they when you want to go for national markets, then obviously English is the first choice, because English is, I'm not saying because we love English or we have a lot of respect for English. No, it is just a tool, nothing else.
Hmm. Hmm.
It is
Hmm.
a
Hmm.
tool, and it is such a tool that it links all the people in our country. So it is
Right.
good for our unity also, in a way, in some way, right? Because there are many states where Hindi is still today not very popular.
Yeah.
Even don't know Hindi.
Yeah.
So as a link language for India, let's prepare your advertisement in English. Then second, because almost 60-70% of India will
Hmm.
understand Hindi, so Hindi.
Hmm.
And then a couple of states around your state. If you can keep that in mind, you
Hmm.
can grow your business like anything. There
True.
is no limit to your market now. The market size has grown.
Actually, my next, the last question is on the same point because I think we have already, yeah, it's already 1 hour. But yes,
Okay.
sir, because I think you are very right and very to the point what you are saying. And what we have seen in the last 2 months that those people who have never used any digital webinar platform like Zoom just started using Zoom. People who have never gone Facebook Live, who have never gone for the Instagram Live, they started doing that. So at certain part, I feel that this is a very positive signal. If I see as from the perspective of the brand of the business, from the perspective of the overall marketing. But now when we see that every local company is looking to use digital platform, the geo boundaries are just an illusion. So there is no limit to the geographical boundaries. And obviously, there are greater chances to get exposed globally with poor marketing communication. So you, as obviously language trainer, I just want to know at last that what should the local business do in next at least 6 to 8 months? What should they focus in terms of marketing communication while they are using, as they have already started, while they are using this digital platforms?
Right. Now I give you a very simple example. Suppose somebody has any neurological problem. Okay, some neurosurgery is to be done.
Hmm.
So what will that person do? Will that person go to any local doctor or a general practitioner, and will he say that yes, you operate me, or will he use Google or online counseling kind of thing? No. So there are certain areas where you need experts. You have to
True,
depend on experts, professionals,
true,
right?
true,
So if you're a local player and if you decided to go online, don't do everything on your own, right?
true.
Hire some people who can design your wonderful content copies, your advertisement copies. Hire some digital marketing consultancy who can identify target audience for you, who can pitch your product at the right level, right? You cannot do everything, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so I think this local, initially they might feel that they are spending out of their own pocket and they are not getting anything in return, but in the
yeah,
long run they will. It is guaranteed. So depend on professionals,
true.
and once you grow, then people will talk about you automatically. For example, Apple. I
Hmm.
was reading an article recently. People have started giving their own ideas. Why is that symbol, like on your mobile you must have seen this symbol.
Yeah,
I don't know whether you are able to see.
Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
So now people are thinking,
समझ गया.
why Apple? They start applying their own logic. They say because A is the first letter, so he must have selected Apple. Then he said he might have a fascination for Apple. Steve Jobs actually worked in an Apple orchard, so
Hmm.
he might have liked that. Then somebody said because if you see the first logo of Apple,
Hmm.
there
Hmm.
was a tree, and under that tree, Newton was sitting, and there was an apple falling. That was the original logo, right?
Yes.
So somebody might say because Apple is like Newton found out such wonderful laws and such a significant contribution in the field of science, because of that he has selected Apple. Somebody might say because this Apple has biblical relationship, biblical connotations, so apple of knowledge. And somebody
Hmm.
might say why then there is this apple is with a bite,
Yeah.
right? So once you become famous, people will start talking about you,
True.
but till that time you have to take help of your experts, professional experts.
ओके सो सर नाउ जब आपने एक्सपर्ट्स की बात छेड़ ही दी है तो मुझे ये भी जानना है कि हाउ यू कैन हेल्प the small businesses in terms of training them, in terms of mentoring them, or in terms of consulting them. And if at all you have certain kind of training programs where you can do one-on-one training to this kind of uh, entrepreneurs, the local business owners, जहां पर वो लोग आपके पास आ सके, आप उनको उसके बिजनेस को ध्यान में रखकर जो लैंग्वेज की जो खास करके जो जरूरत है उनको ग्रो करने के लिए नाउ इन डिजिटल एरा फॉर देम एटलीस्ट, तो आप क्या कुछ ऐसा आप उनको सॉल्यूशन दे सकते हैं?
Yes, definitely. Actually, I have already helped a number of clients. And first of all, I have to understand their business, because if I don't know Tom, I can't teach Tom. It's like that.
ट्रू, ट्रू.
So I have to gather all the information about them, their requirement, and obviously with Bhautik's company, I Vipanan, we we can prepare a plan, and then we can go ahead. But first, one-on-one counseling is required. Some training is also required, because there are many areas people never ever think about.
ट्रू.
They don't know. It is not in their syllabus at all. So when we discuss, we tell them this is also important, that is also important. Can you imagine uh, a PowerPoint presentation, right? So sometimes people use PowerPoint presentation, and there are say 40, 50 lines on a slide, and then hundreds of words. It looks like so like dense data on the slide, and that
या.
person will just read. So what is the point? So even such small things, and
या.
color combination. In fact, recently one of my clients, I will not name that client,
अब या.
I helped that person design his logo and the tagline. Now he had, obviously I don't do designing work, but he got it designed. He brought 7, 8 samples. I rejected all of them in one go, because on the basis of that logo, I was not able to understand what the product is. I was not convinced. It was not even pleasant to my eyes. So I said, forget about the tagline. Tagline we'll think later. But you change this color combination, the font size, right? The shadow effect. That some people use that shadow effect.
यस, 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 यस.
Terrible. And then what I did, he sent me a mail. So I said, you now check this logo on your mobile and then phone me. So he checked in on his mobile. अरे ये तो कुछ दिखता ही नहीं है. I said, that is what I was saying. Right? And it's good that you mentioned this point.
या.
These days, whenever you prepare any ad copy, marketing copy for e-content, then always check it on your mobile, because
या.
probably 90% of your audience, they are going to see everything on their mobiles. Even right now, many of the participants, they must be using mobiles, right?
ओके, परफेक्ट सर. सो सर जितने भी लोग अभी देख रहे हैं, बाद में देखेंगे, यूट्यूब के ऊपर इसके रिकॉर्डिंग को देखेंगे, जब भी आप देखो, खास करके इफ यू गाइस आर इनटू द एक्सपोर्ट्स, अब जब एक्सपोर्ट्स कर रहे हो बिजनेस के अंदर, आपके लिए बहुत जरूरी हो जाता है कम्युनिकेशन, खास करके इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज एज अ कम्युनिकेशन. सो आप जब भी अगर एक्सपोर्ट के बिजनेस में हो, तो आई थिंक यू शुड वंस मीट डॉक्टर धर्मेंद्र शेठ, और उनसे आपको जानना चाहिए कि आप उनसे क्या मदद ले सकते हैं जिससे आपके एक्सपोर्ट्स के बिजनेस में भी आप बहुत कुछ अच्छा कर सके. Yes, we all know that there is a huge potential and the capacity even in the exports. But when you are communicating well, that too with the right channel through the right media, digital, तो आपका वो रिजल्ट ज़्यादा अच्छा हो सकता है. तो मैंने कमेंट में लिंक शेयर किया है जो डॉक्टर धर्मेंद्र शेठ का जो पर्सनलाइज कोचिंग है उसकी लिंक मैंने ऑलरेडी शेयर कर दी है. अब वहां से जाकर भी आप देख सकते हैं, उनकी वेबसाइट पर जाकर भी आप बाद में उनसे कम्युनिकेट कर सकते हैं. आई थिंक यू गाइस नाउ शुड नॉट मिस दिस अपॉर्चुनिटी to grow with the proper power of the communication, power of the English at least, not only in terms of the written English, but also in terms of the spoken English. Thank you so much, sir, for joining. I think
My pleasure.
it was a wonderful talking, although there was some glitch in between, but that is always the part and parcel of the online sessions that we have started taking in last couple of months now. और खास करके हम लोग तो 2015 से देखते आ रहे हैं क्योंकि हमने पहली बार इस तरीके से पैनल डिस्कशन शुरू किया था सूरत के अंदर. तब से हमने देखा है कि इंटरनेट हमेशा एक चैलेंज रहा है हमारे साथ. But still, sir, thank you so much for spending your valuable time with all of us. और ऐसे ही कुछ सेशन के साथ आपसे वापस हम मिलते रहेंगे. We'll definitely invite you again with the new topic, with your new concept, the new altogether new context as well. Thank you so much. Thank you
My
so
pleasure.
much, everyone. Thank
Thank you,
you, sir.
everyone. Thank you.